What's up, everybody? It's your boy Polymerization. You know what we do, guys. You know we got a special guest today. I got Atari. He's my baby boy. Ain't he beautiful? But if you haven't noticed, we're going to talk about Thunder Dragon Colossus more than anything. A lot of people want Thunder Dragon Colossus to come back in the Thunder Dragon community. I'm one of them, don't get me wrong. I love my Colossus. I love to have Colossus back. I love to have it. But from a business standpoint for Konami, there's a reason why they're not going to do it. There are so many decks right now that they're pushing and making that rely on nothing but searching. I mean, you got like the Invoked engine. That whole engine is nothing but searching. You go Terraforming, guess what? You add Meltdown. What happens when you do Meltdown? You add Alistair. What you do with Alistair? You add Invocation. You search to add. That whole engine is nothing but search to add. The brand new archetype that goes with Invoke, Dogmatica, that deck searches to add. I mean, I love Dogmatica Invoke, don't get me wrong, I play it, I love it. I actually got a deck profile coming up for that later in the week. But you know what? It searches add. I mean, if Thunder Dragon Colossus was in the format, you know, the deck wouldn't be what it is. I mean, you also have like hero players. Hero players, that whole deck used to search to add, and guess what? It didn't really get to perform like it did. Dinosaurs is a big one. Dinosaurs would not be where they are right today if Colossus was still in the format. That deck does nothing but searching and add as well. You might not admit it as dinosaur players, but it does. Because you got Soaring Raptor, search to add or send to the grave. You also have Fossil Dig. You also have Overtext. I don't think many people play Overtext, but he's a card that done it. The new Bedazzled Alligator. That thing searches to add the deal. I mean, the deck needs that searchability. It really does. Other decks that need to search that. Sky Striker, back when they were meta and everything, Colossus was like their #1 enemy more than anything. Other decks off the top of my head, there's probably so many more. There's Fluffles, Monarchs. There's probably relentless decks that rely on searching and add. But we're just talking about the #1 reasons of which ones and why. Even from a collector's standpoint, with like nostalgia players, like whether it be Dark Magicians and Blue Eyes, they needed that searchability. They searched to add to keep their game going. So that's just it. I mean, especially Blue Eyes, they were known as Brick Eyes. So they needed it more than anything. Another thing Konami's pushing for is Ritual. Rituals is nothing but searching to add. They got to search out their Ritual monsters, search out the Ritual spell, and you know, that's a big one for pushing. Like, I think there's a new Ritual that comes out like Phantom Rampage or something like that. That's like the newest one. I can't remember its name. I mean, but we had like Necros getting brought back off the list on the FNL. We also had, what was the other one? I can't remember. Megalus. Megalus actually did pretty good here lately. Even though it's online, you know, and we're going through this COVID and all that stuff, and probably ain't going to have no regionals or tournaments until like 2021, but I digress. That's for another video for another time. But from a business point for Konami, they're pushing stuff that does a lot of searching to add, so they have to get rid of Colossus. It's the sad part about it, but that's pretty much the reason why they're doing it. Now, will Colossus ever come back? Yes. The next ban list, doubt it. I'd love to. Don't get me wrong. I love it because I love my Thunder Dragons. I mean, I have relentless Thunder Dragon videos that I've done where I've had to adapt to the formats and stuff like that. But that is what it is. I mean, Thunder Dragon Titan is still an amazing card. It's a control card. It's amazing. We have the Chaos Engine to go with it. That's amazing. You also have the Dragon, the Link combos that use the Thunder Dragons. It's one of the top decks, actually, which is really good. If Colossus came back, would it make those decks tier 0? No, they won't be tier 0. They'd be more impressive, but not tier 0. They'd probably get right back up there to the tier 1, tier 1.5, somewhere around there. But that's just the way it is right now. A lot of things about Colossus too that people actually fuss about over is Dragoon. You actually would out Colossus the same way you would with Dragoon, because with Dragoon you always had to send it away. You always had to return it to the hand. The only difference is with Dragoon, you can't target it. But with Colossus, you could target it. You could have used like Nightmare Unicorn, Mind Control. I mean, so many cards that target that helps you get rid of stuff. Compulse, that's another good one. You know, it was just one of those things. But now people worry about Dragoon more than anything. It's like, well, Colossus is nothing compared to Dragoon, in my opinion. And, you know, that's another video too for another time. But, you know, Colossus, I'd love to see it back. I don't see much of a problem if it did come back. I mean, one, I think one's fine enough. I mean, granted, we could recycle it in Thunder Dragons and just keep going. There's probably a lot of other cards that they could bring back, I think, if they kept Colossus away, just to, you know, reveal the Thunder Dragon players out there more than anything. But besides the point, I think that's the main reason why Konami's got rid of Thunder Dragon Colossus, and you know why it shouldn't come back. I mean, I'd love to see it come back, because in OCG they actually tried to slow down the Thunder Dragon engine. They hit Hawk to 1, I believe they put Lord 2 over there, and it still is to this day. And then TCG's just like, no, Colossus, no more. So like, we was expecting everything like OCG, but no, not even close to that. So it is what it is. I mean, but if it comes to a point when Konami's tired of these decks that search to add over and over and over, that's probably when we'll see Colossus come back. Or if anything, if the community can just uprise enough and complain enough to Konami, maybe we can get Colossus back then. That's a possibility. But you know what, guys? This is Polymerization. You know, guys, if you ain't subscribed and follow me, join my other fellow materials and be part of this fusion that we are putting together on this channel. You know, guys, I'll catch you next time. See you guys.